Hello, and welcome to Senior Circuit's presentation of Mouse Basics, Understanding the Different Actions of Your Computer Mouse. My name is Linda Bryant. This video will help you better understand the basic functions of your computer mouse. So, most mice have similar components. They are, as illustrated in this photo, the left click button, the scroll wheel, the right click button, and the hand rest. Some mouse models do not have a scroll wheel. It's not necessary to have one, and it's a matter of preference as to whether or not you will want one. Personally, I don't know what I'd ever do without my scroll wheel. The first button I want to talk to you about is the left click button. To left click means to press and release the left mouse button while the mouse cursor is over the item to be clicked. This almost always means that an action should be performed, such as a button pressed, a menu opened, or a slider grabbed. It depends on what the cursor is over. When directions say to click something, they mean to left click it. Double clicking means to press and release the left mouse button twice in the same place in rapid succession. Sometimes it's necessary to perform an action, such as using a desktop icon to open a file, website, or program. The general rule is, if you're not sure, try single left clicking first, and if that doesn't work, then double click. The second button I want to tell you about is the right click button. To right click means to press and release the right mouse button once over an item. This almost always displays what is known as a context menu. This menu gives you actions to perform selected items. For example, right-clicking on an item on the desktop will let you cut, copy, delete, and rename it, among other things. Almost everything on the screen may be right-clicked, such as the Start menu, the taskbar, and the desktop, to name a few. Because each of these items are different, the menus will be different. When right-clicking displays the Properties menu item, which usually appears at the bottom of the menu, selecting it will give you information about what you right-clicked. To drag and drop means to move the mouse cursor over the item you wish to drag. Then press and hold down the left mouse button. This simulates the action of grabbing the item. Then, while still holding down the left mouse button, move the mouse cursor to the location you want to drop the item and release the mouse button to simulate dropping the item. Dragging, or drag and drop, is a very useful thing to know. It can move an item, create a copy of it, or signal the use of an item, depending on the situation. The mouse cursor changes depending on what dropping that item will do. Scrolling is the term used for turning the scroll wheel between the left and right mouse buttons. This is often used to scroll through the contents of a window with a scroll bar on the side of it. Rolling the scroll wheel away from you will move the document up, and rolling it towards you will move the document down. This illustration shows the proper way to hold a mouse. Proper ergonomics are important so you don't injure your fingers or wrist. There are many items available to make accessibility for the mouse easier. For instance, in Windows you can make the mouse easier to use by using the Accessibility Wizard available under Control Panel Ease of Access. On a Mac, it would be located in System Preferences. For example, you can change the color and size of your mouse pointer, switch the mouse for a left-handed user, change the speed of your mouse pointer, and use a numeric keyboard instead of a mouse for people who find using a mouse difficult. There are several different types of computer mice. You can find one for just about any use. Just about every mouse you see will look different in some way. To figure out which mouse would work best for your device, you need to know your mouse options. The first type of mouse is the mechanical mouse. It houses a hard rubber ball that rolls as the mouse is moved. Sensors inside the mouse body detect the movement and translate it into information that the computer interprets. This is an older style of mouse, but is still commonly used. Another type is the optical mouse. It uses an LED sensor to detect tabletop movements and sends off that information for the computer for merry munching. This is currently the most common type of mouse that is used. Another type of mouse is the infrared, IR, or radio frequency cordless mouse. With this, the mouse relays a signal to the base station wired to the computer's mouse port. The cordless mouse requires power, which comes in the form of batteries. Cordless mice are becoming more and more commonplace every day. Sometimes you see a mouse that has extra buttons in addition to the ones we just discussed. These buttons can be programmed to do specific things, such as navigate the web or turn pages when you're reading a document. The typical buttonified mouse is about 5 buttons. The trackball mouse looks like an upside-down mouse. Rather than roll the mouse around, you use your thumb or index finger to roll a ball on top of the mouse. The whole contraption stays stationary, so it doesn't need a lot of room, and its cord never gets tangled. The stylus mouse is another mutation that is enjoyed by the artistic type. It looks like a pen and draws on a special pad. The corded 3D mouse can be pointed at the computer screen like a TV remote. So this has been my very first video tutorial. I plan on offering many more to come and make them available to my students and possibly open them up to others at a later time. To learn more about the types of things we teach, please visit the services page of our website. Thank you.